Breaking news in the Bronx. This is Bronx Fan Central.
What's up, Yankees fans? Ryan Carter here, and look, the Bronx is buzzing. We've got a kid in AAA throwing 163 kilometers per hour on a cold Sunday in Buffalo, and people are already talking about when he's making it to the big leagues. And then there's Nestor. Yeah, that Nestor. The guy who broke a lot of hearts in the World Series could be putting on the jersey of a division rival. And if that happens, we're going to be seeing him a lot more than we'd like. Two stories. Both matter. Both impact this season more than most fans realize right now. And you know what nobody's talking about? Why these two situations are connected to the same question the Yankees front office needs to answer, and fast. Let's get into it. News 1. Minus Nestor Cortes. There's a name going around in the media that no Yankees fan wanted to see back, at least not on the outside. Nestor Cortes. Former All-Star, former fan favorite, and maybe very soon, a new pitcher for one of our direct rivals in the American League East. Yeah, you heard that right. And you know what no one is talking about? The real impact this situation could have on our season, and why the Yankees need to be paying attention right now. Let's get into it. Let's get straight to the point. Nestor Cortes is without a team. It's late March, the season has already started, and a 31-year-old former All-Star is still looking for a job. That alone is already a strange story. The latest projection floating around points to a destination that hurts just thinking about it. The Baltimore Orioles, American League East, the same division we battle in every single season. Austin Owens from Fansided put this possibility on the table, and when you look at Baltimore's offseason history, it makes total sense. The Orioles have a clear pattern. Veteran, experienced pitchers on affordable deals. Nestor Cortes fits that description right now. Now, to be fair to Nestor, because he deserves that, we can't sum up his career by one pitch. Yes, Freddie Freeman's home run in Game 1 of the World Series in 2024 happened. Everyone saw it. Everyone felt it. But what he did before that, before the injuries, before the decline, that version of Nestor was truly special. 2022. ERA under 3. All-Star selection. The guy had the entire league wondering where he came from. The problem is, his recent version, even after leaving the Yankees, hasn't impressed. It's not just a bad stretch. It's been forgettable. And for a pitcher who once reached that level, that's almost worse than pitching badly. Right now, expectations point to a minor league deal. A chance to prove himself again. If you follow the Bronx every single day like I do, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow, and this is where things get interesting for us. The Yankees went through the offseason without resolving the Nestor situation. They let him go. At the time, it made sense. Performance dropped, injuries piled up. But now, looking at this season's rotation, you can't help but think, what if we need an experienced lefty later on? I'm not saying it was a mistake. I'm saying these decisions have consequences, and we'll find out on the field whether it was the right call. Let me ask you something straight up. Can you watch Nestor Cortes pitching for Baltimore and feel okay about it? Because honestly, I don't know if I can. It's not anger. It's that weird feeling of seeing a guy you used to root for wearing a direct rival's jersey. And even worse, pitching well. Because if he really bounces back, you're going to have that question stuck in your head. Should he have stayed? It's complicated. Because you want him to succeed. But you don't want him to succeed against us. The real issue here isn't just Nestor. It's what this situation says about the left-handed pitching market. A guy with his track record is still available at the end of March. That tells you teams are being cautious. That injuries carry more weight than a name does. And if the Orioles take that gamble on a minor league deal, which their history suggests they might, they'll get a pitcher with bounce-back potential for almost nothing. If it works, it's a huge win. If it doesn't, they lose very little. It's a smart move. And honestly, that's the kind of move we should be making, not Baltimore. Look, I've been following this team for a long time, and I've learned one thing. A former player motivated against the team that let him go is always dangerous. Doesn't matter the level, doesn't matter the moment. When a guy has something to prove, he finds a way. And right now, Nestor has a lot to prove. I just hope he doesn't find that way against us. So that's where we are. Nestor Cortes could become a rival. He could become a problem, or he could fade away completely and disappear from the radar. But until this situation is resolved, we're watching closely. Now I want to hear from you. Are you rooting for Nestor to bounce back, even if it's with Baltimore? Or would you rather he stay forgettable so he doesn't become a problem for us? Let me know in the comments. Ryan Carter, Bronx Fan Central. See you next time. News 2W, Carlos LaGrange. There's a name you need to remember right now. Not tomorrow. Right now, Carlos LaGrange. A pitcher in the Yankees system, and what he did on Sunday in Buffalo, with temperatures close to 0 degrees, was the kind of thing that makes you believe in the future of the Bronx again. 163 kilometers per hour. In the cold. In his debut. And you know what nobody's talking about? Why that number matters less than another stat he showed in that same game. Let's get into it. Carlos LaGrange was never expected to make the opening day roster this season. That was understood. He's young, still developing. The natural path is through the minor league system. But what he did during spring training in Tampa caught the attention of everyone who was paying attention. A big right-handed pitcher with a fastball that made people stop and look twice. Now he's in AAA Scranton. And on Sunday, he made his debut for the Rail Riders against the Buffalo Bisons, the Blue Jays affiliate. Temperature near 0 degrees. First official AAA game of his career. And he lit up the stadium, 163 kilometers per hour on the fastball. 3 strikeouts, 4 innings, 1 run allowed, 4 hits given up, and 0 walks. That last number is what matters most to me, because power fastballs, we've all seen that. Young pitchers with velocity exist all over every big franchise's system. What separates the ones who make it from the ones who fade away is control. It's not handing out free passes. It's not putting opponents in scoring position for free. LaGrange showed that right away. In the cold, on the road. No crowd pressure, no spotlight, and he still delivered. Now put that into the Yankees' context. This team needs someone from the system to step up. We can't rely on the same pieces forever. The rotation needs depth. And the future of the Bronx depends on homegrown talent becoming real major league starters. LaGrange showed up on the radar at exactly the right time. I'm not saying he's ready right now, I'm saying he's on the path. And that path might be shorter than people think. Let me ask you something. Do you remember the last time a Yankees-developed pitcher came up and became a true long-term starter? It's not a long list, right? That's why when a guy like LaGrange shows up young, powerful, with control, with composure, you pay attention. Because players like that don't show up every season. And when they do, the Yankees teams that take advantage of it are the ones that go far. There's something that stands out to me beyond the numbers. LaGrange threw 4 clean innings in his AAA debut. But the most important detail isn't how much he pitched. It's how he pitched. 0 walks means he was in control the entire time. It means he didn't get rattled, didn't lose his release point, didn't try to do too much. He went out there, did his job, and walked off. That's maturity. And maturity in a young pitcher is more valuable than velocity. The velocity? He already has it. If the control holds up throughout the AAA season, the conversation about when he gets called up to the Bronx is going to get very real. I've learned not to overreact to one strong debut. I've seen this before. A young guy shows up, the fan base goes crazy, and then he disappears. Injuries, inconsistency, drop in performance. It happens. But there's something different about LaGrange that I can't ignore. It's the composure. Pitching like that, in those conditions, in his first appearance, wearing a Rail Riders uniform, that says something about who he is, about how he handles the moment. I'm watching closely, and I think you should be too. It's just one debut, one game, a small sample. But sometimes, a small sample is enough to tell you there's something real there. Carlos LaGrange has something real. Now let me know in the comments, do you think he makes it to the Bronx this season? Or does he need more time in AAA before he's ready? I want to hear what you think. Ryan Carter, Bronx Fan Central. See you next time. And if you want to check out some Yankees gear, I left a few links in the description.